Yes, lads, I'm back with another video. I'm going to be doing this video though is a Champions League sort of review of the week, or the game week. Sorry, so Tuesday and Wednesday. I tried my best to watch most of any game I could this Champions League game week, purely so I could, better video out. But obviously, I'm going to be going through the games, going through the tables, and hopefully this becomes a weekly thing. So let's get into the first game. So the first game saw Barcelona in Group F draw 0-0 with Slavia Praha. Um, Barcelona liked, when they were attacking team to line up in a sort of 1-2-1-6 formation. No, Slavia didn't have a shot on target. Barcelona dominated possession, but they didn't play brilliantly. Barcelona started with their usual 4-2-3-1 kind of thing, but they sort of pushed the wing backs to pretty much wingers. Vidal started a very advanced position, which was weird. But a ball draw to start the Champions League game week. As the next game saw RB Leipzig dominate Zenit in Group G 2-0. Diego Dema and Marcel Sabitzer with the goals. I didn't watch much of this. I watched the highlights. But Leipzig, on the stats wise, dominated almost 70% possession. An incredibly high pass accuracy at 85 compared to Zenit's only 69. Brilliant game for RB Leipzig. Now, I hate Liverpool. Liverpool won 2-1. I'm not going to talk more about it. Liverpool dominated the game. They should have won the game. They did win the game. Don't like Liverpool. Not going to talk about them much more. Next game saw, in my opinion, the most promising player in world football, Erling Braut Haaland, score a penalty as Napoli drew 1-1 with Red Bull Salzburg, I think that's how you pronounce it. Napoli absolutely dominated the game. So Red Bull only had one shot. I think back five really helped Red Bull sort of sit back and contain a little bit. Obviously, the early penalty allowed them to sit off and let Napoli come to them. But Haaland with his 7th goal of the campaign, he's looking really good. So a player to watch out for. Now, the next one was an emphatic 4-1 win in Spain. Valencia beat Lille 4-1. Parejo, Sumoro, Kondogbia and Ferran Torres with the goals. Obviously 3 goals in the last 10 minutes after Victor Osimhen. I don't know how to pronounce that. He got a player of the month on FIFA. Stats don't show the domination, but I did watch, I think, a good 10 minutes of this. I think it was the 70 to 80 minute mark, so I missed the last 3 goals from Valencia, but they got a good team. Maxi Gomez, Rodrigo, Was, Garay, and Guy is obviously one of the best left backs in football in my opinion, so I think they're in good hands at the minute. Now, the next game saw Lyon beat one of Nottingham Forest affiliates, Benfica 3-1, Anderson, Depay, Traore, Seferovic with a consolation just before Bertrand's 3rd Lyon goal, almost said Leipzig. The stats don't show much. I didn't watch any of this game. I watched the highlights. But 3-1 to Lyon. If I did a game of the week, this would be it. Chelsea 4, Ajax 4. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it. The highlights were 4 minutes long. And that was just the first 10 minutes. It kicked off early. 2 goals in 5 minutes. And then you had I think there was 2 penalties, 2 own goals, 2 red cards. The game had everything, really. And 8 goals. You can't really complain, as Valencia, Ajax and Chelsea all sit on 7 points at the top of Group H. Chelsea 4, Ajax 4. Game of the week. Now, comeback of the week, straight after, goes to Dortmund, who beat Inter Milan 3-2 at the Signal Iduna Park. Stats-wise, again, I didn't see much of this game, even though it was one of the games I did want to watch. I predicted a Dortmund win. I predicted a 3-1 win on, I think it was just a football group chat that I'm in on Instagram. But if you want to follow my Twitter and my Instagram, they're in the description or on the channel banner if you click on any of them. I've just started them, so they're not brilliant. But Hakimi got a double. I believe he's a fullback on loan from Madrid. And Brandt capped Hakimi got one, Brandt got the equaliser, and then Hakimi capped off the comeback after a Lautaro Martinez early goal, followed by a Vecino to make it 2-0 to Inter. But the comeback from Dortmund was very good. I watched the highlights again of this. I've watched all the highlights. Solid. That win for Dortmund's put them sort of second in the group behind Barca, and 3 points clear of Inter. So hopefully, because I quite like Dortmund, hopefully they can get through. Dortmund 3, Inter Milan 2. Obviously, Forest's owner also owns Olympiacos, and they fell to a 2-0 defeat from Bayern Munich. Lewandowski, who I think scored in every game he's played this season or something, and an Ivan Perisic a late winner. Olympiacos didn't have a shot on target. They only had 30% possession. Didn't bother watching this because I thought it'd be a more convincing score-wise, but it's really expected. Bayern 2, Olympiacos 0 leaves Bayern top. I mean, as expected, they've already qualified. Probably the most shocking, as Aaron Ramsey's goal put Juventus 1-0 up against Lokomotiv in a pretty dominant game from Juve. Possession-wise, they held the ball quite well. I think I watched the first 5 minutes of this game before I realised Lokomotiv weren't up to much. As I switched off, Lokomotiv did equalise, made it 1-1. It took to the 93rd minute for Juve to seal the win. But Juve top of the group. Not good at maths, but I think they qualified. And it's between Atleti, Lokomotiv Moscow and Bayer Leverkusen for the final place. But Lokomotiv 1, Juventus 2. Next game sees Tottenham win 4-0 against Red Star, also known as Crvena Zvezda. Not really sure. Leaves Tottenham in a good place to qualify, needing only a win against, I believe it's Bayern. Well, they need to beat Bayern or Olympiacos, which they should be able to do, and I don't believe any of the teams to challenge. Heung-min Son with a brilliant celebration, respectful celebration, attributed to Andre Gomes. Red Star or Crvena Zvezda 0, Tottenham Hotspur 4. Going on from the point earlier about me liking Bayer Leverkusen, they were able to win 2-1. Quite a comfortable win. Morata consolation very late on, and obviously an Amiri red card didn't help. But a Thomas Partey own goal and then Kevin Volland scored the eventual winner. Leverkusen, it's a big win for them, coming from obviously not having a point in the group before this. It's a massive, massive win after losing the first 3. So hopefully they can push on and maybe even qualify for the Europa League again, or get that second qualification spot to the knockout rounds. Bayer Leverkusen 2, Atletico Madrid 1. Next sees PSG's struggle, really, to a 1-0 win against Club Bruges. They couldn't really break Bruges down. A very solid sort of 4-5-1-y kind of formation from Bruges. Mauro Icardi with the only goal 21 minutes in. PSG 1, Club Bruges 0. And the most eventful last 10 minutes goes to Man City Atalanta, as Sterling got an early goal, and a fantastic goal it was. And in my opinion, really like Sterling. I can't really put it, I really think Sterling's incredible. The goal was brilliant as well, but obviously Pasalic scored a good header for Atalanta. I don't know how you pronounce it. Scored a brilliant header. But City were able to hold on to a draw, even with Kyle Walker filling in on goal, making 2 saves, which was fun to see. I don't know how they got 7 minutes added on when it took about 12 for Bravo to situation to be sorted out. But that leaves City top of the group in a good position to qualify. And Atalanta, I think they're eliminated. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's their first point of this Champions League campaign. Atalanta 1, Manchester City 1. Now, an incredible end to this game. I'd say last 10 plus added on time was Dynamo Zagreb. Pretty even game. Shakhtar Donetsk sort of dominated on possession. Marlos did pick up a red card, and so did Nicola Morrow. But Alan Patrick put Shakhtar in the lead after only 15 minutes. 13 minutes. Bruno Petkovic scored in the 25th to make it 1-1. Then they took a 3-1 lead with a Luka Ivanusek goal in the 83rd and Arjan Ademi goal in the 89th. However, Junior Moraes got what seemed to be a consolation in the 93rd, but a Tete penalty in the 98th minute secured a point for Shakhtar, which again, as I've said, leaves them level with Zagreb with 2 games to go in Man City's group. And the final game was a 6-0 Real Madrid win against Galatasaray. Ramos is a dickhead. He robbed Rodrigo of the quickest ever hat-trick. That's in terms of game minutes, not between the goals. It'd have been the earliest hat-trick in Champions League history, and he's only, 18, 19? But 6-0, Rodrigo got 3. Ramos obviously got the penalty, and Benzema got a brace. That's going to do it for this Champions League review. Bit of a longer one. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy, let me know why you didn't enjoy. Just hit F5 a few times, it really helps. Liking helps. And again, the Twitter and the Instagram will be in the bio of this video. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Can't wait till Forest are in the Champions League. We'll win the fucking thing.